Hey, this is Ryan. I'm going to make a video real quick. I had a dream last night. Sorry about that car went by. I had a dream last night about it was a really good dream for me um, because it made me feel really good. What happened was there was a lady. There was this lady, and she was kind of a little bit crazy, and she was talking about that she was old. She was older lady, and she was talking about going to heaven. And she kept talking about going to heaven, and and people thought she was a little bit crazy. And she said, "I'm going to heaven, and heaven's coming for me. And all I have to do is walk down this sidewalk, and heaven's gonna come for me." And I thought the lady was, everybody was making fun of her, calling her crazy and everything like that. And I was like, hey, I'll be your friend. Like, I'm not gonna call you crazy or anything. Like, you never know what somebody has. So I'm just like, whatever. People are not, those people are just whatever, the way people are. So I'm following this lady down the sidewalk, and she's telling me, like, hey, do you want to go to heaven? Like, I'm going to heaven today. And I go, I don't know. I don't even know if you're gonna, like, she's gonna call heaven and she's gonna, like, go up to heaven. I don't know. So I'm just like trying to find out what she's gonna do. And and then sure enough, there was like this like whirlwind. There's like this like a dust devil, like a big dust devil. And but it wasn't like it wasn't like dirt and stuff. It was like all this like nice like white glowing stuff. And in it like in the dust devil was coming down the sidewalk. And I looked at it, I go, oh my gosh, like she really is going to heaven, because the dust devil led straight up to heaven, and there was like light shining down through it. And I was like, oh my gosh, this lady's for real. She's going to go to heaven. And I was watching, and she goes, are you going to go to heaven too? And I stepped aside off the sidewalk. I stepped to the side, and I was like, it's not my time. Like, I'm not done. I said, I'm not done here. Like, I'm not done here. I'm not ready to go to heaven. I'm not done here. And so she was kind of like, oh, whatever, like, suit yourself, I'm going. And she just like walked into it, and her arms were all like wide open, like, I'm going up to heaven. And and she walked right into it. It was coming towards us it was coming towards us down the sidewalk. So I stepped aside, she walked into it, and then the dream transported me to a different time. So next thing I knew, I was inside of my house. I didn't know what happened to that lady, and I was inside my house, and the TV came on, and there was a news report, or it was one of those interviews where they're in the studio and they're talking like split screen, and they're talking to that lady that was on the street with me, on the sidewalk with me. And she was like really upset. She was like really upset, and the reporter goes, I thought you said you were going to heaven, you know? And the lady said, it was all that guy's fault. It was all that guy's fault on the sidewalk. It was his fault. And she was really mad. And I was watching, I was like, oh crap. Like, she's talking about me. Like, I was on the sidewalk with her. And she was like, and then I was a little bit scared of her because she knew where I lived. Because actually I lived right on that corner where the sidewalk was. And what was really weird is I knew that my house was blue because I saw it. It was a little house, a little blue house, and it had a little white picket fence going around it. And it was right on the corner where she was trying to go to into, you know, trying to go to heaven. So, so what happened was the lady was really mad, and she was on the TV, and she was saying, "It's that guy's fault. It's that guy's fault." And I was like, "Oh shoot, she knows where I live, and she's crazy, and she's upset with me. Like I took her opportunity to go to heaven. I mean, that's pretty big. Like when somebody wants to go to heaven and it didn't work out, then she blames me because I was the only one there, and and I was a little bit afraid of this lady at first. But then what happened was, at the end of the dream, I realized, or I came to think at the end of the dream, um, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that dust devil that was leading to heaven, it wasn't meant for her. It was meant for me. It was coming for me, and I stepped out of the way. She walked into it, and it didn't take her. And it kind of showed me something. It was like, hey, I have the way to heaven. Like that was meant for me. I could have went in there and I could have went to heaven. It wasn't for her. And she was upset and she was blaming me, and but it didn't take her. But in the dream I realized, like, it wasn't my fault. She wasn't meant to go to heaven. It was for me. I could have went to heaven if I wanted to go to heaven, not her. But I stepped out of the way and I said, I'm not ready to go yet. So anyways, the reason why the dream made me feel so good was because it made me feel good when I woke up, because I felt like I had a connection to heaven and that I was favored. So that's the reason why it was kind of like the dream was showing me that I'm really important with the connection to heaven, I guess. So that's why it made me feel really good. So I woke up this morning just feeling really good. I thought it was a great dream. Even though it got really scary for a second there, it ended up being a really great dream. So anyways, that was my dream. I'm running about 7 minutes. My phone, I don't want to make too long of videos, because my phone, it could actually upload 2 videos at a time. And I don't know how many exactly it could actually, the most I've ever uploaded is 2. I should try 3, but when it does, when I am uploading the videos, I notice that it takes a long time. The longer, of course, the video is, it takes a long time. But also, my phone battery, it drains my phone battery, like, it goes from 50 to 0, like, I mean, quick. Like, matter of fact, the videos don't get done loading. My phone's battery runs out, my phone turns off, and then when I recharge the battery and I go back to YouTube, then it starts loading again. And I'm actually wondering if that's the reason why the audio gets all messed up, because sometimes when I run more than about 6 minutes or 5 minutes, the audio on my video goes off from my mouth. So it looks like I'm in a martial arts Chinese movie or something. Anyways, pause. Take a breath. Oh, man, I feel so much better. Anyways, this is another video for me. Like, comment, subscribe, share, all that stuff. I got to get in the habit of saying that more. Like, comment, share, click the bell, subscribe, share, la da 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 da. Okay, so you have a good one. I'll see you next time. This is Ryan. I'm out.